I'm so excited to guide you guys today and celebrate our pipes. Happy birthday. I'm so glad the sun is out. I figured child's pose would be a good place to start no matter what time of day it is. So make your way there. And make this a really wide child's pose. So your knees as wide as, if not wider than, your mat. Today's class is going to be back focused per our birthday girl request. If you are living a life anything like Piper or me or Leo right now, you're spending a lot of time on trains and planes and buses and cars and boats, and that can take a toll on the back. So we're going to give the back a lot of love today, starting with right now. Feel the space at the base of your spine, your sacrum, your low back. And just start to breathe and notice how it feels coming into practice today. Are you tight there? Do you feel super loose and open? And see if you can send your breath to your low back. You might notice already your breath starting to lengthen. Just let that happen, but don't force it. Breathe naturally. Just taking your time to arrive on your mat at this birthday party in your body. And imagine as if the skin on your low back is a balloon that you can inflate from the inside out.
Are you using this blue mat?
Keep breathing in your child's pose, inflating the balloon of your skin from the inside out. We're going to focus on the back today, strengthening, stretching, and just bringing so much attention and awareness to the part of our body that we never get to see. Take one more big breath here, inflate your low back, create space there. And then exhale, feel it soften. Slowly walk your hands in towards your body. And we're going to break down our cat-cows today to isolate the upper back and then the lower back. So come to all fours. Start off by stacking your hips over your knees and your shoulders over your wrists. And then you're going to create fists like this and stack them on your mat under your forehead. And imagine as if you could drill your fists down into your mat and then glue your forehead to your fist. So it's going to look like this. And we're going to use that drilling and gluing to keep the upper body still while we start to take some cat-cows in the lower half of the spine. So inhale, arch the back, really focusing on the pelvis here, the tilt of the pelvis. And then exhale, tuck your tailbone, feel the low back get big, pushing out. Take a few rounds of breath, linking one breath with one movement, cat-cows in just the lower half of your spine. And play with it. See if you can really keep your upper back still. Can you isolate the movement? One more breath. Good, and then release the fists from the drill and the glue. Place the palms back on your mat and send your hips back to sit on your feet. And we'll do the same thing, but the other way around. So keeping the lower half of the body completely still, can you isolate the cat-cows to your upper half of your spine? Inhale, reach the collarbones up, let your gaze lift. Feel the heart shine through. And then exhale, protract your shoulders, tuck your chin, round your upper back. And again, how still can you keep the lower half of your spine? Maybe this is the first time you've ever tried to move half your spine at a time, so just play with it, laugh at yourself. Couple more breaths. And then come up off your feet, come to all fours, and take one big, juicy, normal cat-cow with the whole spine. So inhale, arch the back, reach the collarbones forward, gaze lifts, tailbone lifts. Breathe in, stretch the belly. And exhale, press through the palms and the knees to round the upper back, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Feel the back get big. And then come back to your neutral cat-cow and flip your wrists so that your fingers are pointing back towards your knees. Waking up the insides of your forearms here. Maybe rock forward and back a little bit to get that stretch. Find that sweet spot for you where it feels intense, but not painful. Where's your edge? And then we're gonna take some scapula push-ups. Have you ever done those? So come to your neutral spine, your hips are over your knees. Keep your wrists flipped if that feels okay for you, or you can flip them back if it's too intense. And you're just gonna isolate everything in the body except the scapulas. So raising and lowering your chest, but initiating that movement from the shoulder blades. And can you access movement, feeling the shoulders plug in and out, just lifting? You might not even be able to see it from an outside view, just maybe an inch or 2 inches. Strengthening all the ligaments and joints and fascia and muscles around the shoulders. Take a couple more. Good, and then release the wrists, shake them out. And it wouldn't be a me class if we weren't gonna sit on our toes. So walk the knees back and tuck all the toes under, even the pinky toe. So use your hands if you need to get that little pinky toe under there, and sit back on your heels. This might feel super intense if you never do this, stretching the bottom of your feet. Maybe it feels fine for you and you need a little bit more, so walk your knees back towards your body. Stack your shoulders over your hips and lift both arms up. Now we're all going to be the candles on Piper's birthday cake. So start flashing your lights, lighting your fire, flicking your fingers and your wrists as fast as you can. Keep breathing in and out. Don't forget to breathe. If it feels too intense at any moment, you can always just come up off the toes for a second and then come back down when you're ready. Keep flicking, 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 flicking. I'm cracking myself up with the candles. Take 3 more big breaths here. Inhale through the nose. Wrists starting to feel heat. Exhale it out. Inhale, big breath. Almost there. Exhale, keep it up. Last breath in. Inhale. Exhale. Release the hands, shake out the wrists, and come onto the hands to tap out the tops of your feet. We're going to make our ways very slowly into our first downward facing dog. So take whatever you need to get there. If you want to take another cat-cow or moment in child's pose, do what you got to do. And we're going to meet in our first downward facing dog of the day. Pedal out the legs. Bend one knee and then the other. Play with dropping the heels off to the left and then back to center and then off to the right. And can you just notice how that feels in your body and your hamstrings? We've got every time zone here. So this might be your morning stretch. Your hamstrings might be super tight, or this might feel pretty easy. Bend the knees deeply, come onto the toes, look forward. And then as you exhale, step the feet to the top of your mat and come to a forward fold. Just like our child's pose, to start, bring the feet wide, wider than you normally would. as wide as your mat even, maybe. And find a really generous bend in the knees here. Like maybe even place the torso on the thighs. Same thing, pedal the legs, bend one knee deeply, straighten the other, and then switch back and forth. Piper loves forward folds, so we're gonna spend a lot of time in them today. See if you can breathe into the balloon that is your low back one more time here. And then exhale it out. Good. Inhale to halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins or your thighs and reach the crown of your head forward so your spine is perfectly parallel with the floor. The neck is long, gaze is down. Exhale, let it go, forward fold. Good. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, let it go. And this time, bend the knees, press the feet into the mat, and inhale as slow as you possibly can to rise all the way up to stand. Let the arms hang heavy, let the head hang heavy. Take your time to get there. When you're at the top of the mat, you can walk the feet in underneath the hip points. And take a moment in Tadasana, mountain pose, to check in. Press the big toe mounds, pinky toe mounds, and heels into the mat, creating triangles in the bottom of the feet to find stability. And then see if you can even out the weight in the 3 points of each foot. Firm through the thighs. Tuck your tailbone just a little. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. See if your shoulders have any room to move down and back. And see if the crown of your head has any room to move up. Take a breath. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, palms come to touch, gaze lifts. Exhale, bend the knees, slowly fold over the legs. Inhale, again, halfway lift, just like before. Exhale, forward fold. Grab opposite elbows here. Take a moment to rock the torso forward and back, side to side. And then release the arms, inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold, take opposite elbows, switch the grip of the hands. And again here, just find a little movement with the torso. Can you shake your head? Yes. Shake your head. No. Flutter out the lips. Let it go. Press the feet into the mat, bend your knees, inhale, arms up, gaze up, come to stand. Exhale, hands come together to heart center, and then down by your side for Tadasana. We'll move through 2 rounds of Surya Namaskar A classically. Inhale, reach up, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms and step the feet back for plank. You can keep the knees up or drop them down. Inhale here. And exhale, lower all the way down with control, belly onto the mat. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, wherever you are. And exhale, child's pose or downward facing dog. We'll take 3 big breaths. Inhale for 1. Exhale it out. Inhale 2. Exhale through the mouth if you need to let go of some heat. And inhale for 3. Inhale into the low back. Exhale, let it go. Bend the knees deeply, come up onto the toes, look forward, inhale. And exhale, spring forward, step lightly or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And bend the knees, press the feet into the mat, and inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands through heart center and down by your side for Tadasana. Take a pause in between. When you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up, second round, gaze up. Maybe a slight back bend here. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. You can keep that bend in the knees all class if you'd like. Inhale, halfway lift, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, fold, plant the hands and step back to plank. Lower the knees or not. Inhale here. And exhale, lower all the way down or halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, find your way to downward facing dog for 3 breaths, or you can take a child's pose. Of course, all of this is an invitation. It's your body, only you know what feels best. So you can always, always find child's pose, or you can just lay on your back. You can go right to Shavasana right now. It's always your choice. Everything I offer is just that, an offering. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath. Good, and then bend the knees, come up onto the toes, look forward, inhale. Exhale, spring forward, lightly step or hop to the top of your mat, meet in a halfway lift. Exhale, fold, let it go. Press the feet into the mat and rise up. Gaze lifts, palms come to touch. Find that back bend. And then exhale, hands come to heart center. Pause here. Press the thumbs into the sternum, sternum into the thumbs. See if you can get a little feedback there. Feel them pressing into each other. Check in with the muscles in your face. What are they up to? Are you clenching, furrowing? Can you release? And take a moment here to set your intention for this practice. Could be to have fun, to be present. Could just be to wish Piper a happy birthday. Breathe it in through your heart space. Feel it integrate with your cells. And then let it go, let the hands go. Moving into a favorite, a classic. Chair pose. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, bend the knees, sit back for chair. We're going to take a few breaths here. So check in with your foundation, your alignment. Check that the knees are not moving forward past the toes, the arms by the ears, and then what is the low back doing here? And can you find neutral? Maybe even play with arching it and tucking the tailbone to feel what not neutral feels like, and then come to that neutral place. Few more breaths here. One of our yoga teachers in New Orleans, Gabriella, talks about the long hold in chair. That thing that we always avoid. We always avoid going lower. See if you can sit just a tiny bit lower. 2 more breaths. So good. And if we just keep avoiding it, we're never going to be able to move through it. 1 more breath. Inhale, reach through your fingertips. And exhale, forward fold. Good job. This time, interlace the 2 pointer finger and middle fingers and thumb around your big toes, and inhale for the halfway lift with a little resistance. So see if you can reach the crown of your head forward. And exhale, pull on the big toes. Send the elbows wide for your forward fold. Take a few breaths just like that. Inhale, lengthen the spine, pull on the toes. Toes push back. And exhale, fold a little deeper. Piper and I have practiced a lot of yoga together. So I'm going to bring some of those things in today from her favorite teachers, classes, styles. Right here, this is from Ashtanga Yoga. which is a very regimented style, the same exact sequence every single time. One more breath here in this forward fold. And then release the grip when you're ready. Inhale to halfway lift, hands come to your thighs or shins. Exhale, plant the palms, step your right foot back, low lunge. Take a moment here, stack the front knee over the front ankle. And inhale to see if you can reach your collarbone forward. As you exhale, lower the back knee, back top of the foot, and energize the knees together as if you were pulling your mat together to inhale and reach the arms up for Anjaneyasana. So the thighs are activated here, energizing towards each other. And the belly button is pulling in towards your spine. You can let your gaze lift if that feels good. Take 2 big breaths here, really stretching into the front of your right hip. See if the skin there can be a balloon that you inflate from the inside out. Breathe in, breathe out. And then bring the hands to heart center. And instead of a prayer, we're going to interlace our knuckles like this. So find that glue again that we used earlier and imagine as if your knuckles are glued together and glued at your heart center. So keeping the hands here at heart center, inhale to lengthen the spine, and then exhale, twist to the right. Notice the hands are going to want to go all the way off to the right armpit. Don't let them. Inhale back to center. Inhale in center, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Just starting to get a little movement in the mid-back. Keep going, inhaling to center and exhaling to twist to the right. The option here is to lift your back knee if that feels good for you, if that's in your practice. Linking one breath with one movement, take a couple more. And then come back to center. We're going to twist to the other side. Inhale, spine long, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, twist to the left. Notice how this feels different in your body. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Just 2 more. Knee can be up or down. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist, and we'll all meet. Take your time back in the center. Release the glue from hands to heart and knuckles to knuckles. Send the fingertips down towards the mat. If your back knee is not on the mat, bring it down. And then send the hips back for runner's lunge. Lengthen, hamstring in the left leg. Press the left heel into the mat and flex the left toes back towards your face. Good. And then when you're ready, bend the front knee, plant the palms on the outside on either side of your front foot, lift the back knee and send the left foot back, meet in a plank. And just take a moment to move through your vinyasa, whatever that looks like, coming all the way down or halfway. And we'll meet in a downward facing dog. When you get there, deep bend in the knees, come up onto your toes, look forward, inhale. Exhale, spurring forward. Press the feet into the mat, bend the knees to rise all the way up. Reach arms overhead, find a back bend. And then exhale, hands to heart center, pause here, remember your intention. Let it go, let the hands go. And inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, I'm so sorry, I love you, sit back in chair. A slightly longer hold here. So again, can you find that neutral spine? You're not arching or tucking the tailbone. Make sure the knees are not sliding forward past the toes. And can you pull your belly button in towards your spine? Activate your core. And then let this be the practice. Let this be the day that you go a little deeper, that you sit a little lower. Just little by little, we choose to stop avoiding the hard things. And we watch ourselves expand and grow. 2 more big breaths. Breathe in, reach the fingertips long. Breathe out, lower 1/4 of an inch. So good. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then breathe in, reach through the fingertips. And breathe out, forward, fold over straight legs, pedal out the legs. So beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, send the left foot back. Take a pause in low lunge, knee stacked over the ankle. And then lower the back knee, back top of the foot, and energize the knees together to come up for Anjaneyasana. We're going to take a few breaths here, getting into the front of the left hip this time. The legs are active, super active here, and the belly is active too. Low belly pulling in towards the spine. And see if you can find that very slight back bend in the upper back. But can you isolate it to just the upper back, not the low back? Breathe in through the nose. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then bring the hands down to heart center. Instead of prayer, we're going to interlace the knuckles like a fist bump again. And see if you can remember which positioning you did the first time and do the other one, the awkward one. Glue the knuckles together, glue the knuckles to the heart center. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, twist to, what side are we twisting to? Twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Keep going. One breath, one movement. Notice the difference in your mobility when you keep the hands at heart center. Really isolating the mobility of the spine, twisting from the mid-back. One more round like this. Inhale back to center, and then exhale, twist to the other side. The option here is to keep the lower knee down or lift it up if that's in your practice. Know that your sides don't have to look the same. You're actually not perfectly symmetrical. Play with lifting the knee or not and twisting to the other side, and notice how that twist changes the sensation in the hips. Couple more rounds. Inhale, center, exhale, twist, and then we'll all meet in center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant the palms on either side of the front foot and step it back for plank. Move through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, can you bend the knees deeply and again place the torso on the thighs? Maybe you find contact, or maybe you just imagine your torso energizing towards your thighs. Welcome, Mama Brown. So good to see you. And notice how the deep bend in your knees allows for a lot more length in the spine. It's actually not about straight legs. Can you press through the hands a little harder and twist the insides of your elbows forward? Beautiful. One more breath. And exhale, slowly roll forward to plank. 3 breaths in plank, make it the prettiest one you've ever done. Lower your hips, press your heels back as if there's a wall behind you, firm through your thighs, pull your belly in, press the palms down. We have plank master here with us today, Catherine Brown. 2 more breaths, breathe in. Can you protract the shoulders a little, round the upper back? Your gaze is down at the mat to keep the back of your neck long. 1 more breath. And then inhale and exhale slowly with control, keeping your body a plank, lower all the way down to your belly. So pretty. Inhale for baby cobra, isolating the back bend to just the upper back. And then exhale, lower down. You can bring one cheek to the mat or your forehead if that feels okay. And send the arms down by your side, palms facing down. Top of the feet on the mat. We're gonna stay prone and do a little back strengthening. Isn't it so weird that we can never see our backs besides photos in a mirror? I mean, I'll never get to see my real back, but other people will. So let's strengthen it so that it can feel good and look good and hold you through planes and trains and travel. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, lower it down. Press the pelvis into the mat. Inhale, lift both legs up. Exhale, keep them here. Inhale, lift them a 1/4 inch higher. Exhale, lower them down. So good. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale, keep it here. Inhale, lift your left leg, left arm. What is that? Up. Exhale, keep it here. Inhale, lift your head up, chest up. Exhale, keep it here. Inhale, reach 1 inch higher. Exhale, lower it all down. You probably know where we're headed. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, keep it here. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, keep it here. Inhale, lift 1 inch higher. Exhale, keep it here. And inhale, lift both arms up. Exhale, stay here. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, you can keep the head down or lift the head and chest if that feels okay in your body. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, can you get the legs a little higher? Inhale, last breath, everything higher. Exhale, lower it all down. Turn one cheek to the side, maybe it's the opposite cheek from before. Or maybe actually take this opportunity to use the mat as a masseuse to massage the muscles around and between your eyebrows. And take a moment of pause. Notice the thoughts that are coming in when you're strengthening and focusing on your back body. Maybe laugh at them, allow them to be here, not getting attached to them. And we'll take another round. So bring your forehead to the mat if it's not already there to prepare. Take one big breath just where we are, inhaling and outhailing, inhaling and exhaling through your nose. And inhale, lift everything up, including head and chest, both legs, both arms. Gaze is down at the mat so that the back of your neck is long. Reach through the toes, reach through the fingertips, get a little higher, get a little longer. Focus on length over lift. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, you got it. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. So good. And then use the hands to walk the body back, bend the knees, and make your way into a child's pose. Take a load off. You can take that wide knee child's pose like we did before for extra space in the low back, or you can bring your knees together, which brings your torso up a little higher, and send your arms back towards your feet if you need a little break for the shoulders. Yeah. And take a moment here. Maybe you can hear the birds in the background of where I am, or just notice the sounds you can hear where you are. What was your intention for your practice today? Can you breathe it into your body, feeling it settle into your cells? Take 2 more big, sweet, calm, restful breaths here. Take your time. When you're ready, you'll walk the hands forward, tuck the toes, press the palms into the mat, and lift the knees 2 inches off your mat for floating tabletop. Activate your low belly. Take a breath here. And then exhale, send the hips up and back for a full downward facing dog. So good. And inhale, reach the right leg up. 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, stack the hips, open it up. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And exhale, step it through between the hands. We're going to set up here for triangle pose. So inhale to rise up, reach the arms up, straighten the front leg, and then take whatever adjustments you need, maybe to walk the back foot in a couple feet to set up for your triangle pose. So back foot is parallel, back edge of the back foot is parallel with the back edge of your mat, and the front toes are pointing forwards. Really take the time to set your foundation up. Oops. Inhale, reach the arms out long, side to side, reach through the fingertips. And then exhale, start to hinge forward, keeping the arms parallel with the ground until you reach your edge, and then let that bottom hand swing down towards the right leg. Left fingertips can be parallel with the ground or straight up towards the sky, fingertips reaching. And see if you can play with this triangle today without any support on the bottom hand. Can you let that bottom arm swing? Activating both sides of the torso and tucking the tailbone just a little bit to twist the chest up towards the sky. You can keep that lower arm swinging, or you can find a place to rest it on your shin or on the mat. Just see if that support can be light. Inhale. Exhale, can you twist your chest up towards the sky a little more? Inhale here. Exhale, lower the left hand down, frame the front foot, step back to plank, and move through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, stack the hips, open it up. Exhale, step it through. Moving through a low lunge, rise up, straighten the left leg, and take all the adjustments and time you need to set your foundation up. The front heel is intersecting the arch of your back foot. The back foot is parallel with the back of your mat. The left toes are pointing forward. Maybe walk your back foot in a little bit. And then when you're ready, reach the arms out, send lasers through your fingertips, stretch as wide as you possibly can. And inhale, start to reach forward, hinging at the hips. And when you find your edge, you can no longer go. Just let that left arm start to swing. You can keep the right arm parallel with the ground or bring it up towards the sky to reach the fingertips straight up. And you can let that lower arm keep swinging, maybe for just a couple breaths, really activating through the core, really twisting the chest, the left side of your chest up towards the sky. And we'll take 3 breaths. You can keep the arm swinging or you can find that support. But if you find that support, can it be light? Can the real work here be in the core, in the torso, and in the legs? Legs are active. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, last breath. Exhale, lower the top hand down, frame the front foot, step it back to plank. And you can move through a vinyasa here. It's the last of class, or you can skip it and meet in a downward facing dog. Bend the knees, come up onto the toes, look forward, inhale. Exhale, spring to the top of your mat, maybe a light step or a jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Press the feet into the mat. Inhale, rise up, reach up, gaze lifts. Find that back bend at the top. Exhale, lower the hands down, Tadasana. We'll just do 1 round of a standing balancing pose, and then we'll come down onto the mat, and then we'll celebrate. So bring all the weight, all the attention into that triangle at the bottom of your right foot. Right big toe mound, right pinky mound, right heel. Can you root the right foot down, firm the right thigh? Before you even lift your left foot up, can you feel like your right leg is doing all the work? Yeah. And then when you're ready, lift your left foot up and bring your knee right in front of your hip. Left foot is flexed as if you're stepping on a table or a stool that's right in front of you. If this is really intense, you can keep the left toes on the mat. But notice what your hips did here. Did they go kind of cockeyed? And can you bring them back in line? Bring your knuckles to your heart center one more time. Glue them together and glue them to your heart space. You can keep your leg where it is, or you can kick the leg out straight. I think the hardest yoga pose that there is. Piper and Leo are really good at it right now. Breathe in. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Let the hands go. Bend the knee if it's straight. Take 1 more breath. And lower it down. Good job. Shake out the right leg. And set up for the second side. Bring all your energy, awareness, and attention into the bottom of your left foot. Find that triangle. Big toe mound, pinky mound, heel. Press it down, root through the left foot, firm through the left thigh, and before you even lift your right foot up, can you feel like your left leg is doing all the work? And then when you're ready, if you did it on the other side, lift your right leg up, knee in front of the hip, right foot flexed, as if you're stepping on a table or a stool in front of you. Check in with the hips, maybe even bring your hands to the hip points, and make sure that they're even, equidistant from the ground. They tend to want to do their own thing here. Breathe in. If this feels extra hard, notice if you're not engaging your low belly. Pull the belly button in towards your spine. Good. You can keep the toes down if it's too intense. And you can keep the knee bent or straighten it as you bring the hands to heart center. Glue the knuckles together, glue the knuckles to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. If the leg is straight, bend the knee. Release the hands, pause here, inhale. Exhale, lower it down. Shake out the standing leg. So good. So beautiful. We'll just do a little slowing it down onto our mats. So inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Gaze lifts up towards the palms. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. And then exhale, step straight back to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale slowly, as slow as you ever have, set up for pigeon. You'll bring the right shin parallel with the front of your mat. Not actually, I don't know anyone who can actually get it parallel. Make sure that your right knee is wider than your right hip. This is super important for your joint health. And then take your time moving into the pigeon that feels best for you. The option is always to take a figure 4 on your back. And take as much time as you need upright before you fold gently and slowly over your front leg. I like a lot of time in pigeon, so get comfortable. Check in with your back foot. Is it splaying out to the side? And can you have it be an extension of your leg, straight and long? If you're taking a figure 4, make sure both feet are flexed. Make sure you're energizing that top knee away from your face. Giving the body time to know that it's not in danger, nothing is breaking. That sensation is okay, and that we can soften into it. Maybe you energize the inner thighs towards each other, or maybe you just let everything go. Both are good. Take a moment to think about how much you love Piper. And then a moment to check back in with your intention for the class. Notice that it's been infused into every cell. You've already done the work. Keep breathing, softening, and keep finding your edge. As we spend more time in poses, some of you know I've been teaching more yin, where we spend a lot of time in poses. Our edge changes. When we first get into the pose, it might feel really intense, and then a few breaths in, maybe we can go a little deeper. So just check in and see if you have any more space. Two more breaths. Slowly, with intention, use your hands and as little effort as possible to rise up. Maybe you move through a tabletop or make your way down to back to downward facing dog. Before we move to the other side, notice the difference. We just spent 2 minutes there, that's all. Can you notice a difference? Do they feel the same? Inhale, reach your left leg up. Exhale as slow as you ever have. Setting up for pigeon. Second side, so beautiful in Ireland. So slow. The front shin is heading towards parallel with the top of your mat, and make sure that your left knee is wider than your left hip to protect your joints. If you're in a figure four on your back, take a moment in between to just stretch long like you're just waking up before you move to the second side. And then again, take as much time as you need upright before you gently, slowly fold over your front shin. Can the back foot be an extension of a long, straight leg? And if you're on your back, can both feet be flexed? Taking time here, not just to let the muscles and the fascia soften onto the bone, but to let the energy, the emotions, the thoughts settle. Find a little stillness. Play with energizing the thighs together or not. Make a choice. It doesn't have to be the same as the other side. We have just 3 more breaths. Taking your time with intention, being gentle, and using as little effort as possible. Come up, out of your pigeon. Maybe you swing your back leg around forward this time to come onto your seat. And send both legs out long in front of you. Bend the knees, plant the feet, bottoms of the feet on the mat, and reach your palms out long. I had a coaching client tell me this one yesterday, and I loved it so much. Plug the shoulder blades into your back body. So like almost pull your whole arms in towards your body. And then reach from there through your fingertips. Notice how the more connected you are to yourself, the more space you have to reach. We have very special guests coming in for our drink. Inhale here. And exhale slowly, one vertebra at a time, lower down onto your back, keeping the arms long, keeping the belly engaged. Hi, Edie. Hi, Wes. Welcome to yoga class. And this is our opportunity to take any final moment of movement or of stillness, whatever feels best in your body. If you need a supine twist, or if you need to pop your legs up, reverse gravity for a few breaths. Take whatever you need here before we move into Shavasana. And see if you can access that stillness, even with something so exciting coming up and such cute babies ready to party. If you took something on one side, go ahead and switch. And come back to center. If you're not already there, it's time for our final rest. Shavasana. Send the legs out long. Send the arms out wide. Get comfortable. Place something under your knees if you need to. Let the feet splay out to the side. Take a big breath in and a big sigh out. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Wiggle the fingers and toes and slowly bring movement back into your body. And come up to a seat. Take your time to get there. And take this moment to bring your hands to heart center. Bow your forehead towards your fingertips. And just tap into the gratitude for the lineage of yoga, from teacher to student to teacher to student to teacher to student, that brought us to this exact moment. And one more moment of gratitude for Piper for being born, Catherine for birthing her, and release the hands. Namaste.